Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Gamertag Radio with your hosts, Danny Peña, Parris and Peter Toledo.
All right, welcome to Gamertag Radio special episode live from the Xbox Games Showcase here in Los Angeles. And this is Danny Peña. And join me for the special podcast. I have Parris, the one and only, man. What's up?
What's up, man? We're here.
We're here.
We did the showcase. We've been at Xbox all day today. Got to see everything. It's been a good day, I think.
Yeah, it's been great, man. First of all, beautiful museum. We're at the Academy Motion Pictures Museum.
Yeah, something, I don't know, interactive art,
yeah.
something, yeah.
We're here, and it's here's the thing. The last year's showcase was located at LA Live, which was like a different theater. I think there was like more floors on that one,
yeah.
Right? A smaller screen. This one, I have to say, before we go to the showcase, really like this venue. I love it. I love the area where they have the Xbox mixer. Also, the screen that they showed us, way bigger, great quality too. Beautiful area, beautiful seats. And yeah, I just want to say that very quick about that. You want to say anything about the venue?
I admit I was a little skeptical when we first heard about it, but being here in the moment, I think they made a good decision with it. It was pretty nice venue.
Yeah. Now let's go to the press conference. I know people are going to be asking us like, hey, our thoughts and everything. Can I go first, Parris?
Absolutely.
I've been going to a lot of press conferences, a lot of companies, also Xbox for a very, very long time. Personally, for me, maybe you have a totally different opinion, and you tell me if I'm wrong or not. Or if you agree, I personally think this has been my favorite all-time Xbox press conference, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it this way because I don't want to say ever.
Yeah,
but I will say definitely in the last 10 years, this has been their best showcase.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, the reason is like, there's been times where we were like, oh, we love this press conference, one of our favorites. There was a couple things that probably we didn't like at that time. You know, maybe the presentation, it was maybe something that was like a little slow, like the pacing wasn't that great, or maybe someone on stage at that old days where there was a mistake or something. But I feel like I love the video quality, the presentation, the different chapters where you get to see Phil first, Matt Booty, and Sarah Bond talking about upcoming games, the future of Xbox, all that stuff. I think it was just great. Plus, all the games that they showed, Parris, I think this is the most games that I have day one for me that I want to play right away. I don't remember of any other day where I was like, yeah, I like this game. I don't know about this game. This one was like, honestly, the majority of the games, I definitely want to check it out. I got hyped. Plus, seeing Perfect Dark for the first time, the game looks really, really good. I was a little bit, scared about the presentation on that one. Also, there was a couple new games that got me curious, like Mixtape. I definitely want to try that out. Yeah. New Doom looks fantastic. Like, there was so many good games, man, I want to try out. Plus, I think my highlight of the show was actually two. Was South of Midnight, which looks fantastic, and also the last game, the announcement, man, Gears of War E-Day, which nobody was expecting. Everybody thought it was going to be like Gear 6 or a collection or something, But what about you? Your thoughts about?
I mean, I got my notes, so I was like, I have every game listed here in order, but it's like the ones that you already mentioned. Mixtape was definitely a standout to me.
Yeah.
Expedition 33.
Amazing.
Look very interesting. Again, I don't want to break any embargoes or anything, but Flintlock.
Yes.
Seeing Flintlock in this, I definitely was intrigued by it, but we'll have more on to say about that later on. Frag Punk, which is coming out in 2025, was another interesting one as well that we got to see. Bringing in this new Life is Strange Double Exposure, which is coming out in October, and I love how that story's going with parallel world back and forth. I love those kind of games, so that's going to be interesting as well. Atomfall
looks good. That looks good.
Look, might be a discount Fallout, we don't know, but that's coming out in 2025 as well. But then, I mean, you just go down like what was coming out of Xbox Game Studios, Bethesda, and Activision property. They obviously kicked off the show with Black Ops 6 and then went more in depth later with the Direct. But getting to see Doom: The Dark Ages, you know, and again, obviously it got spoiled for us ahead of time, but we knew it was coming. But to see it in action and to see what they're doing with that, oh yeah, I'm all in. Yeah, all in with that. It looks great. Getting 2025. State of Decay 3. So I'm excited that they showed it again. I mean, no gameplay. I mean, that's the one downfall. But the vibe of what they're going with State of Decay 3, if they can if Undead Labs can replicate that in the game, oh yeah.
I thought it was a new dev team, no? Working on that?
No, it's Undead Labs.
Dev Labs? Okay.
It's just, you know, they've had a lot of turnover and stuff like that. But yeah, still Undead Labs.
Yeah, the game looks really, really
You know, Dragon Age, the Veilguard, that's coming, I think, what was it, October or fall 2024, whatever it said. I mean, we'll see more on that. Me personally, looking at that, it wasn't really showing me anything that had me jumping out of the chair like, oh my God, I got to play this. But I know we're doing hands-on and stuff at Play Days. So
it's a presentation. It's not hands-on.
Oh, well, that's what I mean. Sorry. Yeah. They're doing a presentation at Play Days. So we'll see. Now, what started the hype train for me, Shattered Space.
Yes.
The expansion coming to Starfield, seeing that, looking at what actually, I guess it's out like now or tonight or tomorrow or whatever, the creator kit stuff that they're going to be able to do as well that they're adding into the game. But then you look at the expansion as a whole, they didn't put a date on it. They just said fall 2024. But obviously, hey, we're getting it this year. So I'm really looking forward to that. Look great, by the way. Again, going down Fallout 76 Skyline Valley. That is the new the first expansion to the map in Fallout 76. I did get to play it. There ain't nothing I can say right now other than what they announced. It's coming out June 12th, and you will have the Ghoul as a playable character, but that's not coming until 2025. I have more to say on that at a future date.
Future date.
But then, like I just mentioned, Expedition 33, but like you already said, South of Midnight, man.
Oh, South of Midnight.
I loved, like I told you, it had a vibe like True Blood to me.
Yeah,
and I love that.
100%.
The music it was in it, just just everything about it. We did see some gameplay, not a lot, but we did see some. So hopefully we'll get more. You know, we'll obviously see more of that. That's another 2025 game. But the artistic style that they're going for, it was almost like the Miles Morales.
The animation. You know what also reminded me too? A little bit of like Infamous a bit. Mixed with True Blood and Miles Morales all put together.
Really like that. Oh. And I'm just going down the list. And you know, they showed World of Warcraft, War Within. That's coming in August of this year. Again, I don't play WoW, but I know the appeal of it. Interesting enough, nothing about Game Pass, nothing. They just said, hey, it's coming to PC. They didn't say about anything else about that. Sure. Konami showed off Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Looked great. I mean, I've never played it, so this will be my Metal Gear Solid 3, but I never played the original. So this remake that's coming, it'll be my first opportunity to play it. No date, window, nothing on that, so we'll see. Sea of Thieves just keeps being Sea of Thieves.
New content.
Yeah, season 13 coming in July. That looked interesting as well.
Yeah.
We already talked about Flintlock. Age of Mythology Retold. Can't say a lot right now. I have more to say about that later. But, hey, if you're into Age, I mean, that looked good. Definitely looked good. And I believe that's coming in September. I'm just looking at the dates I have on my notes. That's coming in September this year. Then, bro, Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark.
So, for me, like you know, like I said, I immediately, go, that's Joanna. I could tell. I was like, that's Joanna Dark. I knew. And then when they showed it all and did the full reveal, and we got to see, like, extended gameplay from it.
Nobody was expecting that.
Nobody was expecting that, and it looked good. Like it definitely had a Deus Ex type feel to it. I'm all in. That's day freaking one. I mean, no dates on it. Whatever. We'll obviously see when it comes, but it looked really good.
And for those that are old school fans of Perfect Dark, we can finally jump.
Yes.
You couldn't jump in the old game.
And then I'm curious what you have to say on this. They showed Diablo 4 Vessel of the Hatred. That's coming in October.
Yo, that CGI looks nuts, man.
Yeah.
The stuff they showed, the trailer. And there was one part that was like, I even looked away. The part where her body just was all over the place. It looked nasty. But it looks interesting. Like, I want to know more about the story.
Yeah.
It looks very, very interesting. And I don't know if you're going to mention this, but Fable, Parris.
Oh, yeah, that was next. Bringing up Fable.
What you think about Fable, bro?
Day one. And it's coming in 2025. You got to figure that's probably going to be the big holiday title for him in 2025. but it looks good. I love the comedic aspects that they have to it, the narrative that they're going for. Looks great.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Looks really, really good.
You know what?
Playground's in their bag with that one.
You know why I'm very excited about that? Because I'm so used to playing all the racing games.
Yeah.
Horizon. Forza Horizon is like my favorite racing game. And seeing this, I'm like, wow, they're doing something totally different for me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just can't wait to play it, man. But seeing like the gameplay, the graphics, and like you said, there's like a lot of comedy in there too.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. Definitely want to try it out, man. I love the announcement last year, and I enjoyed still the video that they showed during the showcase this time.
And you could see visual improvements coming from.
Yes,
like if you go back and watch
100%.
the one from last year to this one, there's definitely some visual improvements in there as well. Which, by the way, I'll just say right now, overall, man, these games was looking really, really good. Really different artistic styles. Just hey. We in the future now.
We're in the future.
Man.
And you know what? And I'm glad that, and we talk about this later too, but like games like Avowed, which I remember seeing that game for the first time, people were not happy with the look. Seeing this new one, oh my God, it's a huge improvement. It looks so good.
And it is confirmed it moved to Unreal 5.
Oh.
We got that confirmed today.
Nice.
And the visuals on that definitely look, just compared to a few months ago when we saw it at the Direct. Going down the list again, we already talked about Fragpunk. That's coming in 2025. Winterboro. That was a nice indie-looking title with the mouse and everything. And again, I like the visuals and on that. I want to hear more about it. But that definitely piqued my interest. That's the whole point. I was like, that's something I want to check out. Mixtape is going to be dope. I'm telling you right now, that's going to be dope.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play that. That's coming out in 2025 as well.
Soundtrack looks
Yes.
Look, as someone that grew up in the 90s, bro, I'm very excited to try this out.
Yeah.
And I love the name just Mixtape.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge
That's what it's
Mixtape
all
fan.
about,
It's
man.
going to be dope.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Then they showed Flight Sim 2024. That's coming November 19th of this year.
More new content. Can you believe that? They're
Hey.
adding new content again.
You know, hey, look, as someone that's been involved with Flight Sim over the years, I'll just tell you now, York showed me some of that stuff last year of what he was working on, and to see it all coming together now looks really, really good. It's giving us things to do in the Flight Sim world versus just simulated flight, and you get to do all these different activities and everything. Things are really cool, and I know for a fact there's more. So
quick question on that. So I saw that you have commercial airlines. So one of the activities is, and look, this is based on the trailer that we got to see, is, okay, you got to fly from, let's say, LA to Miami.
Yeah.
You're going to have a group of people that already bought tickets. They're in the flight. So you have to take that flight. That's like one of the activities, and land perfectly, go to the airport, park, all that stuff.
Thinking about it, you probably got to take off on time and all that.
No delay.
There'll be weather thing, like there's probably all kind of stuff. So
I
that's
love
cool.
that. That's cool.
There was like the oil rig rescue stuff. There's all kind of things that you could do.
Even
in there,
they even have private jets.
Privates. Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah,
really
that's
cool.
gonna be cool.
Yeah, really cool.
So then they showed Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, and that's coming out June 18th. So it's interesting with this one. Probably the least interesting part of the show for me. But that game is a monster.
Yes.
And that's the thing that we have to realize when we watch this, like even with Fallout 76 as an example, just because we're not, or WoW, just because we're not into it, there's a huge audience out there that's playing these games.
I tell you one nitpick from that, about that trailer.
Yeah.
Didn't like the music choice.
Oh, no, I did not at all.
I didn't like the music.
What are they doing with the music? That didn't make no sense.
That was kind of strange.
Yeah.
Again, nitpick. I know people are excited about the new content. It just wasn't for me that music selection, you know. So,
and then we already talked about Life is Strange, double exposure that's coming in October of this year.
Yeah.
Now, Indiana Jones. I want to talk about this.
Woo! Let's do it.
So
Let's do
they
it.
still says 2024. We don't have an exact date.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a huge Machine Games fan. I have been for a long time. So with the Wolfenstein games, and you can definitely see that DNA and what they're doing with Full Circle with Indiana Jones. But I loved what the presentation that they had. I mean, some people were saying, "Oh, they didn't show enough gameplay." They basically showed like an extended cutscene of it. But I think that cutscene captured what makes Indiana Jones. That all those movies and everything that we're seeing, it was great to see. Just the dialogue that was happening, the action that was happening in that cutscene, and Troy Baker's doing the Lord's work.
Let me tell you,
that was Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, 100%. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking like,
Nope.
oh, that's him, or is it him? Like, I was just like, this is dope. It sounds so good.
Yeah.
It sounds
and,
so
and
good.
me personally, I'm not worried about the gameplay. They are masters in first person.
Yeah.
They're going to do third person puzzle stuff and all that. I think the gameplay is going to be fine. Again, I'm taking a leap of faith on that. But I thought that presentation looked good. It's definitely one of my most anticipated games coming out this year.
Oh, 100%. And I just love that they had like a little bit of comedy, similar to like the movies.
Yeah,
you
like
know,
when he
it's
was
not
doing
just
it, like,
action.
oh, you a mannequin.
You're like,
son,
choo-choo.
son. Yeah, no,
that was really cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
that was good.
And Parris, at the end of the trailer, The Rock
Yeah.
following
Which
Indiana
makes
Jones.
me wonder, because that's obviously Raiders of the Lost Ark. So are they doing like a flashback? Is it going to be like a fun mini game that you can do?
Or something similar to what happened. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll obviously see.
Yeah, Indiana Jones, I think, is going to be a very, very special game. A very important game, too, for Xbox.
So the next two, intriguing. I love the visuals on them. Not necessarily my bag, but Mecha Break, which is coming in 2025.
Oh, that's from Seasong Games. They're a Chinese studio.
And then the next one on that was Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, which is coming in 2025. You know, it looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Not necessarily my thing that I would play, but hey, I'm pretty sure it said it was on Game Pass. I didn't put that.
Oh no,
in my
it is
note.
on Game Pass.
Yeah. Hey,
now, but
give it a shot.
why was it's not for you? Because I know you like a game like Splinter Cell, Stealth. You know.
Yeah.
So games. Because it's kind of similar to that, but it's more like. I'm trying to think of a game that it reminds me of, a PlayStation game. What's the name of it? Oh my God.
What? Not Stellar Blade. What?
No, not Stellar Blade. No, Ghost of Tsushima. That type of like. Kind of a little bit.
You know what? Maybe I should take back what I said. Maybe I got to watch it again and see. Because I put a little notes about like, no. So
it looks to me, it looks good.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's on Game Pass. I could try it out.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. And then they followed that up with Avowed. I thought Avowed showed a lot better this time than it did a few months ago, like we already talked about.
Yeah.
It's on Unreal 5. Dude, it's Obsidian. So I have good confidence that that's going to be a solid game when it releases. But again, no release date other than 2024. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Then we already talked about Atomfall 2025. Then they showed Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's coming in November of this year. I thought the presentation of it looked really good. Really, really good. We saw it from the female ninja. Was it ninja, right? She's a ninja?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw it from her point of view, but then they showed it obviously from the samurai came in at towards the end. It looked good, and obviously Ubisoft will talk about that more.
Yeah,
Ubisoft
actually, right after this recording, I'm going to check out the game.
Oh, well, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go check out Star Wars Outlaws
That's
after this.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's all I can say. Then after that, Stalker 2, and that's coming September 5th of this year. I got to play it yesterday. Loved what I played. I wanted more time to play it. That again is in Unreal 5. Looks fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out actually tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's for those who don't know, it's in this Play Days area. And it's the same booth where the same station where they have Stalker 2 and also Replaced.
Yeah.
The same one they share in the same area.
Right there. And then they ended it with Gears of War E-Day.
First of all, I was not expecting that. Nobody's expecting
Nobody
that.
expected
I was like, all right, Gear 6, what's going to happen to the story, that type of thing, or a collection or something.
Yeah.
Not expecting should we call this a prequel or not, or like a big origin story?
We can say.
We can.
We literally just talked to the devs.
Yeah, we just talked to them.
We just talked to the coalition about this.
Minutes before this, we sat down with them for like a good 20 minutes or so, and we just talked about why going to the origin story. And put it this way, there's going to be a lot of look. We only got to see the two main characters, Dom and Phoenix, right? But now they're also planning to have new characters in the game that we haven't heard. They haven't announced it yet, but that's going to be something that'll be very interesting. Like, because look, the characters we got to see, they're still going to be alive because
we know.
Because of
we
part
know,
one
we
and
know
the rest
Marcus
of the
and
game.
Dom are going to be there.
Marcus Phoenix, and so I mean, what's your thought about our conversation with them? They're trying to do out new things. I think one of your questions was about Hivebusters.
Yeah, about did Hivebusters basically give them some lessons learned coming into this?
Yeah,
and basically, and then we were talking to the creative director. Basically, his response was the last 10 years of them making Gears games has all right, this works, that doesn't work. We can improve on this, that, which makes sense, obviously. But he did say that Hivebusters, last man against all odds kind of thing will help inspire them going into E-Day and how they're at. Now, the other thing, I forget what her role was at the coalition. It doesn't matter. She was talking about that they're definitely going to lean back more into the horror aspect.
Oh,
of
I love
this,
that. Love that.
About these scary monsters coming out of the ground and you don't know what the hell's going on. I love that too, because that's something I've wanted to see them do for years with Gears. So going back to that is going to be great. Now, the interesting thing with the characters, because this is literally happening at Emergence Day. We're going to get Marcus. We're going to get Dom. We know Coltrane and Baird are out there, but this is so early on. They're not obviously going to be a part of Delta Squad or anything like that. But it'll be interesting to see if they integrate them in there somehow, some way, like an Easter egg or a side mission or something like that, you know?
I could tell you my theory. I think we're going to see Marcus and Dom, but we're probably going to see 2 other new characters that maybe they're not going to be around because of Gears 1. But the other characters, like you said, they probably will pop up, or that will be probably like the first time then meeting or something like that, right? So
you know who's probably going to have a big, and I'm blanking on his name, so I apologize, but the general.
Oh, the general,
He probably won't be a general at that point, so that'll be interesting to see how that integrates. And remember, Marcus winds up in jail at some point. Do they tell that story in here too? You know, so because he basically disobeyed orders, but he saved a bunch of whatever with the story. But they also mentioned the fact that the E-Day stories, there's not a lot of canon things out there, so that kind of gives them creative freedom to tell the story that they want to tell, you know, in that period of time. So that's cool too.
I mean, they did mention that we're going to see the location, you know, nice and pretty before everything goes down.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something I would like to see. And also, they briefly, like, I know somebody asked about multiplayer, the game mechanics. Like, is it going to be linear? Is it going to be open world? Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Parris, but I think people think that this is going to be like an open world game just because how it ended with the trailer, and it's not going to be open world like that. No, it's not. You know, but yeah. Anything else from Gears? I think first of all, shout out to the coalition for the opportunity for us to, like, you know, sit down with the dev team and everything, man. I think I'm so hyped and very, very curious to learn more about this game, especially like the multiplayer. How's that going to work? Co-op. Are we going to see anything new with co-op, or is it going to be 2 players, 4 players, or what? We'll see. Now, my question to you, prediction, when do you think this game is going to come out? It looks early because it's just a screen, you know, a CGI trailer.
I think this launches with the next Xbox.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Because, see, like a game like Perfect Dark, we got to see the announcement, was it 2020? I think it was 2020. And 4 years later, we still no date.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like that with this game? We still going to wait a long time like that too? We got to wait till the next generation
because you
console?
have to think of it this way. They don't need Gears to come out in 2025 or 2026. So, and again, it just depends on when the hardware comes out. I just think this lines up great as a launch title for them.
That would be good for a long time.
Yeah.
They have never done that before. Ever.
No.
That would be good.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anything else from look, overall, a little things I noticed about the press conference. I know we briefly talked about this behind the scenes, but one, and I know this wasn't planned. I know that for a fact because, you know, when you have different teams, you know, sending in their projects to the people handling the showcase.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't thinking like, oh, let's all unite and have like the same type of content. Like what I noticed, there was a lot of women lead characters in all these games, more than I ever seen from any other press conference, not only on Xbox, but in gaming in general. So that's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Really, really cool to see. Another one, too, is props to Tina. While her and her team,
they knocked it out of the park.
The quality of the editing. I even asked them, hey, are you guys using new lens? Because when you were hosting the extended, I think they used the same lens for the showcase. Very different. It felt like, well, look, and we're in like a museum of motion pictures, right? It felt like I was watching a movie the whole time. I was like, wow, they even gave us popcorn to go to, you know, to see the presentation and everything. So that was really cool seeing, you know, Phil, Sarah, and Matt. And I noticed, too, the way how they were dividing, like, the chapters of, like, let's have Phil first. Let's have, you know, Matt. Let's end it with with Sarah Bond. I think it connected really, really good. Plus, I really enjoy the Call of Duty Black Ops presentation. What do you think about that for you?
Well, yeah, I kind of wanted to end just talking about Call of Duty and Black Ops 6. I think what Phil said at the very beginning is important.
Yeah.
That now Call of Duty is going to be available on every platform, all the betas, the DLC, like everything is going to be available all at once. There's no, well, you got to buy this limited thing on this platform and you get to play this early before the other people. Nope. When it comes out, all of it's available to everyone all at once. That is a great customer service
100%
in there versus all these, other things we've seen over the years.
Yeah, the part that I didn't like Call of Duty back in the days is like, well, the maps are up, but only on PlayStation, but it will come out later on PC and later on Xbox.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you were dividing the consumers, the fans, right? Now, I have to say, I love the changes that they're making in the game where you could, like, especially for like creators, the HUD. You could move it around based on like the layout of your your streaming, and also this is really great for for accessibility too. Shout out to Steve Saylor, because I actually thought about him about that, because I think you brought it up to me years ago. Like, man, they should do that, and look, they're making it happen. So that's really cool to see, man. Also, you could sprint back, you could sprint to the sides or forward. And even when you're like launching to to the floor, it's gonna play a lot faster and different than any other Call of Duty or any other first-person shooters games. I think this has the potential, Parris. The potential, because I'm waiting for details of multiplayer and zombies. This has the potential to be the greatest Call of Duty ever made. And you guess what? Treyarch has done it again. They did it even when the first Black Ops.
Yeah,
so. It's great to see that, man. And I'm excited to learn more. Hopefully, potentially, we might go to the studio one day. Hopefully, I would love to talk to them.
We'll see.
You never know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Fingers crossed. Please help us.
Yeah.
We want to make it happen.
Nah, but like the fact that, and again, this is like to your point about being the greatest Call of Duty. It feels like this is a culmination of them listening to the community over a period of time and integrating all that lessons learned and feedback into this Black Ops 6. Little things like when you're laying prone and you can turn over like you normally would, like a person, or when you're peeking around with your scope and it goes with you. Yeah, just stuff like that. It's going to be interesting when it comes out. Like you said, we're going to get more information on the multiplayer, but the fact that they listened and they brought back the old Prestige.
Yeah.
Leveling.
You know what? I was very surprised.
Yeah.
But guess what? All that is on day one.
Yeah.
Day one. And once you reach 10, there's even more.
Then it goes into a master, which, what is it, 1,000 or
1,000.
something crazy like that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, they really want to keep people in, like, don't leave.
Yeah, keep engaged.
Keep
and
engaged.
Then, don't forget the little tease at the very end. Can I talk about Warzone yet?
And nope. What new they could, like, I'm trying to figure out, like,
the fact that they even would say that tells me they're doing something new with Warzone. So that's, again, to get excited about it. And I know you're a huge zombie fan. So
zombies, I can't wait. I can't wait. Here's the thing, Parris. I was going to mention this to you. I love Call of Duty. The recent Call of Duty I've been playing, I have like over 200 hours, I think, playing that nonstop. Because that's a game, like, pick up and play a couple games, I'm done, that type of thing. Yeah. Like, campaign.
It's comfort food.
Yeah, campaign, I don't really care much. I mean, this one got me interested. Like, it's like, it takes place in the 90s. Like, I want to learn more about it and everything. But one thing that I hope is a standalone Call of Duty digital download, because the previous one is all together into one. The game that I have, the file size is too big.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, are they going to make this like this is a Black Ops 6 standalone digital download, or is it going to be attached to the one currently that we have now? Because that way you could switch to like different Call of Duty games, anything else before we wrap it up, man?
No, I mean, I guess we just get into the wrap up. I'll just kind of give my final thoughts on how I felt about overall.
Sure.
Like, I had kind of funny, talking with the crew over there, said, hey, I think this is a 9.5. And my reasoning was they have so many IPs now across the 30 plus studios. this has not been a great year for them the first 6 months as far as news goes. This was their first opportunity to control the message and own what their vision for the future lineup of games is going to be in the next 18 to 24 months. And that's exactly what they did. They let us know, here's what you can expect over the next 18 months. Because again, going into 2025 and things like Gears or whatever, even beyond that. But it all looked good. That's what I mean. We just ran down the entire list of all the games in there. Maybe a handful of those you might be like, I don't know, maybe kind of, sort of. But the majority of those games in there, you're like, yeah, I'm trying to play that day one. And the majority of them said what? Day one on Game Pass.
Day one on Game Pass.
So they are clearly not abandoning Game Pass. The world's not ending there. They're going to continue to push that. Well, obviously, we haven't heard what Phil said on the IGN interview, so I don't know if there's any additional context to anything. We know games like Doom is going to be multi-platform. It's going to be PlayStation 5. That's fine. I don't think anyone that's invested in the Xbox ecosystem right now should feel panicked or worried. They obviously showed us new hardware. We actually were just checking that out. The all-digital Series X. There's a 2 terabyte Series X, that does have a disk drive in it. And then they brought in a white 1 terabyte Series S. That all that stuff's coming out this holiday.
And Sarah mentioned they're working on new hardware.
Right. Next generation. That's what I'm saying, though. Look, Xbox is way too invested in the game. Microsoft is way too invested into gaming. They're not abandoning this. They're not walking away from this anytime soon. And you can see there's so many dope games that are coming from them.
And there was one thing that reminded me of you, Parris, during the presentation.
What's
during
that?
The showcase.
What's that?
Sarah's part. Do you remember what it is?
No, I don't.
The old games. Game preservation. Yeah. That was, I think that was you. That
I was talking about. That's what I was talking about before the business update.
Yeah. So seeing that, I'm like, you know what? They are listening.
Yeah.
There are. Look, for months, we always wanted, like, man, you know what? They're going through a lot. Xbox. I want them to win. I want them to show something that it's a win for the whole company, not just a studio or whatever. And seeing this presentation today, I was like, man, you know what? I'm very proud of the team from everywhere, from like the marketing, PR, the devs from all around the world working on these games and everything, and then having the team involved here at the event. Because another thing I forgot to mention, and this is something more behind the scenes, but seeing the amount of new fans that got invited to FanFest for the first time, they've never been to an event like this before. That was really cool to see, because usually we see the same people, Seeing that, I think it was really cool and very special, because they want a new audience to experience this, for the first time in person. And shout out to Ben for making that Gears coin, and everybody got a free coin at FanFest. That was really cool to see, man. So, shout out to Xbox. Thank you so much for inviting us. Thank you to the team for giving us the opportunity to record here at the podcast room for the first time they've ever done this. First time. Yeah. Really, really cool.
Pretty cool setup.
Yeah, pretty cool setup. And anything else, Parris? We're gonna wrap it up here.
No, I think that's it. Like I said, for Xbox, I think they knocked it out of the park. They did what they needed to do. That's why I said I upgraded my prediction from 9.5 to the final score. They did 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me, man. Best, my opinion, best all-time favorite. So, yeah. All right, guys, until next time, we're out. Take care.